Did you guys know Creative Fabrica Spark, which is their suite of AI tools, has a section that generates KDP coloring book pages for you? So you can create coloring books like the one I'm going to show you that's making over 330 sales a month. You can make it with ease because you're going to outsource the creative part to the AI. You just come up with the prompt, wait about, 30 seconds to maybe a minute sometimes, and it will create the animations, the graphics that you need for your coloring book pages all for you. So I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. Let's get to it. So I knew about Creative Fabrica Spark's ability to generate coloring books, but that didn't really solve the problem for me of what do we theme the coloring books after. So I did a quick search on Amazon. I looked up coloring books for kids and decided to check out this book specifically. It says unicorns, rainbows, mermaids, and more. Now, basically every coloring book on this page of search results is selling pretty well. You can use the Jungle Scout Chrome extension to get projections. It's more of an FBA seller tool. I have lifetime access from when I started my FBA business back in late 2016. So fortunately, I locked in the best price possible. And I decided to use the software on the product page to evaluate like how well is this product selling, just to make sure before I invest any time in generating the meat of the book, the cover, the interior, etc. And I think it checks out pretty well. It's generating approximately 332 sales a month, which works out to about 11 sales a day and $2,155 in monthly projected revenue. So doing quite well. I'd be happy with that if I had that book. And that would just be one book that I'd sell through KDP. Of course, you can sell as many as you want. And guys, if you haven't started a KDP account, if you have the time to, you can do that right away. It's not like merch where you have to sign up. I can even drop a link to Amazon KDP in the description if anybody wants to check it out. So next, I jump on over to Creative Fabrica Spark for coloring pages. Now, I'll also link to this in the description. It is separate from your normal Creative Fabrica subscription. I believe it costs $9 a month. All right, as a part of their Creative Fabrica Spark, which is like all their AI tools. I've mentioned them in the past. They have a bunch of really cool stuff they can do, and I'll probably utilize them again in future videos. All right, especially if there's like a video request you want, let me know in the comments below. So in this case, I was just messing around with it. I ran a bunch of prompts. I actually started out with asking it to create a dragon for me, and you can see the results right here over my shoulder. You do want to get kind of familiar with the prompts and then also be comfortable rerunning prompts, even if it's the exact same one, because sometimes it comes out with like really highly detailed images. Like some of these ones behind me, you can see with the dragons, they did come out super, super, super detailed. And whether it's a kid's coloring book or an adult coloring book, I think people would have one heck of a time coloring those in. So then I started, again, just spend some time like with any AI tool, when you're just learning it, getting used to how it creates outputs, run different prompts, take your time. I decided to go and use this as inspiration, the unicorns, rainbows, mermaids. And again, I'm not like trying to make an exact copy of this book either, but it was nice using it as inspiration. You can see here some of the unicorns that it created were a little bit more, almost some of them are like gothic almost, like kind of reminded me of like tarot cards or something. And then other ones are a little bit more friendly. You can see here I used the prompt simple unicorn head, and I liked the outputs a lot more with regards to like using it for coloring books. I believe ultimately, like I tried to pick one that I thought was the best from all of the prompts that I ran. I liked this unicorn right here. I actually published it to Creative Fabrica. And again, you might want to have like you can work with these. You can download them and then pull them into Photoshop, whatever you're comfortable using, Illustrator, other software even. And you can perform edits. Like I would probably cut the background box off because I don't think that serves any purpose for my coloring book. All right. You can see here though, I ran a bunch of different mermaid related prompts. Again, simple unicorn head, I think rendered the best results generally speaking. I actually really like this one here as well. I'm going to go ahead and click publish on that. So simple unicorn head, I think yielded the best results. Now let me go back. Let me go to the next. This is actually page 1. Next, I was looking for a princess, and I'll try to like move myself to the other side of this video so that you can see the full. There you go. I should have done that earlier. You can see here I was trying to get princesses. In some cases, it gave the princesses 4 arms. You guys have probably messed around with AI before and noticed that they sometimes have a, they have a tough time with like spelling out words, sometimes faces. sometimes limbs, as you see. But not all these princesses came out that bad. Some of them came out really good. Some of them super detailed here. Like I put simple princess and got like some super detailed drawings in some cases. This princess right here on the leftmost one is the one that I decided to publish here for my coloring book. And again, I think I would probably remove the background off of there if I was publishing that to the KDP book. More princesses. And then I got into mermaids. And since this is a little bit of like a fantasy creature, it seemed like the AI struggled with it a little bit more than everything else, you know? Like some of these mermaids just look weird in the face. They're more zoomed out, which allows you to see the mermaid's body to know it's a mermaid. But then you get, I don't know, it's like if it's zoomed out, it seems like the face detail gets almost overlooked. So I was looking for a mermaid that was more zoomed in, looking friendly. I tried anime mermaid and actually got one that looks a little bit like an adult, like an adult coloring book right there. So if you use the anime selector or whatever we call it in the prompt, like, you know, be careful with what you get there. And then some of these cartoon mermaid, I think, was a little bit more on the money for what I was looking for. And I'll leave you with this. Creative Fabrica also has a prompt builder. Now, if you use the prompt builder, it is not going to jive well with the coloring pages section of Creative Fabrica Spark. Meaning you can go in here, select like your art medium, like, oh, I want it to be a drawing, and we'll do doodle. So you click doodle and then it just basically adds them together. You can do colors, palettes, color palettes, etc. You can select the geometry from the shapes to the bodies, etc. But if you do these in the prompt builder, and then you have it generate, it's not going to come out black and white optimized for a coloring book. So be aware of that. But I also just wanted to make you aware that this prompt builder does exist. So if you're brand new to using these AI like generative tools to create, you know, in this case, images, the prompt builder is your friend to help you get acclimated and kind of familiarize yourself with what sort of descriptors we can include in the prompt to affect the output. So guys, this is all Creative Fabrica Spark. And guys, with KDP, I mean, one of the biggest things that stop people from trying KDP is like, I can't write a book. It's like, well, you don't have to write a book. You can do a coloring book. Well, I can't make a coloring book. It's like, well, there's solutions for everything these days. I know AI is like the buzzworthy trending thing to say, but you know, in this case, like there really is a place for AI tools. It's making the life of KDP sellers much, much, much easier. And you can have your own unique interior, which is really something that they are pushing hard for at KDP. You can have that built really, you know, very quickly, and I would say easily, you know what I mean, these days, using something like Creative Fabrica coloring pages from their Creative Fabrica Spark tool. So guys, check that out. The links will all be in the description. Thank you for watching this video. If you're on KDP, let me know what's your favorite type of book to sell. You can also sell like puzzle books, etc. And you bet it, you guessed it, you can find KDP interiors for things like puzzles on Creative Fabrica as well. So of course, I've done previous videos on that. You can check them out. Guys, thanks for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow with a new video.